All right, guys, let's dive into this. So today during the presentation, I'm going to cover 3 secrets. If you got a pad of paper, now is the time to write these things down. Secret number 1, I'm going to show you guys how to ethically steal over $1 million worth of funnel hacks from your competitors for under $100. How many of you guys want to learn that secret right here? All right. Seems like you, all right, cool. We'll definitely talk about that then. Okay. So secret number 2, after you guys have learned all your competitors' funnel hacks, second thing I'm going to show you, secret number 2, I'm going to show you then how to go and clone their proven funnel in less than 10 minutes. Then after the funnel's done, the last secret here, people always say, Russell, I got a funnel now, but how do I get people to come to it? You know, the whole like, if you build it, they will come thing, right? How do I get people to actually show up? And so the third secret I'm going to show you guys is my process, and this is one of the coolest things in the world. I'm going to show you how to get the exact same customers who are currently going to your competitors' websites to start coming to your website instead. How many of you guys want to learn how to do that one? Yeah, that one's awesome. I promise you guys, when you hear this, you will have a big aha moment from that process. Okay, so let's dive right in. Secret number 1, how to ethically steal over $1 million worth of funnel hacks from your competitors for under $100. Okay, so the first thing you need to understand for this process to work, this is something I learned from Tony Robbins. He said, if you want to achieve success, all you need to do is find a way to model those who have already succeeded. Okay, makes sense, right? When I was growing up, I was a wrestler and I wanted to become the best wrestler in the country. But I wasn't very good when I got started. And so the first thing I did is I went out there and I started finding people who were successful. I found other athletes and coaches and I modeled what they were doing. And in a very short period of time, I went from being a bad wrestler to being a state champ, to being an All-American, to getting a college scholarship, not because I was a great athlete, but because I found those who were successful and I modeled them. Now, the same thing happened when I started my business, okay? I don't know about you, but when I got online, my goal was not to build a company or build a business. I just wanted to make some extra money. Like, that was it. So I got online and I started looking at what people were doing. And I found out, I saw people making a ton of money. I looked at it, I said, wow, these guys are so smart. I'm going to model what they were doing. And so I modeled what they were doing, and in a very short period of time, I was successful. Okay, now the exact same thing is true with the sales funnel. Okay, you don't want to go out there and try to just invent some strange sales funnel off the top of your head. You've got to go out there and find somebody who already has a successful sales funnel in the market that you're in or that you want to be in, and you've got to model it. Okay? Now it's funny, every time I do this presentation, someone always comes up to me after and says, Russell, I figured out a better way to do it. I have this new kind of funnel. No one's ever seen it before, but it's going to be way better. I want to show you how it works. And for those people, I always tell them the exact same thing. I say, look, you can always tell who the pioneers are because they have arrows in their back and they're laying face down in the dirt. Okay? Now, this is true. Like, you guys, as cool as it is to have a new original idea, you don't want to lead with that. Okay? You don't want to be a pioneer. Okay? Because like this thing says, pioneers have got the arrows in their back. Now, the first time I really understood this concept, I was at a Dan Kennedy seminar, and I'm listening, and this guy got on stage, and he works for a company called Agora Publishing. And some of you guys have probably heard of Agora. They publish financial newsletters, and they do almost $1 billion a year in info product sales. Is that crazy? And the guy who was speaking, his name is Porter Stansberry, and he runs the largest division of Agora called Stansberry Research. And he gets up there and he starts talking about their business, and he starts showing their sales funnels, and it was like the most fascinating thing for me. And I remember in the middle of his presentation, he's kind of stopped and he said, you know what? He said, every year we get people who want to come and compete with us. He says, and it's funny because they come in and they try to undercut us on price, and then they try to increase their prices, and they try to do different upsells, and they try all sorts of things. He says, do you not realize that we're Agora Publishing? We make almost $1 billion a year selling our products. We spend hundreds of millions of dollars testing every price point, every upsell, every downsell. He said, we have millions of arrows in our backs. He said, if you want to be successful in the financial newsletter market, you don't be creative. He said, you have to copy what we're doing. And I remember sitting there and having that aha moment saying, wow, he's right. Like, why would I go and try to compete with a company that can spend $100 million a year testing stuff, right? Why would I do that? I just got to go see what they're doing and then model it. Okay, and so that's kind of what we started doing. Now, and that's what this whole funnel hacks process is all about, is understanding what people are doing that are having success and then modeling them, okay? Now to do this, you gotta understand initially, there are 2 types of competitors for every business, okay? They're your direct competitors, and those are people selling the exact same thing that you're selling, and then there's your indirect competitors. Okay, for example, with our supplement, we sell a nerve pain supplement. So anybody else who's selling a nerve pain supplement is my direct competitor, and I need to know exactly what they're doing, okay? But I also need to know what my indirect competitors are. Okay, so my indirect competitors are anybody else who's selling different products but to my same target market. So for us, with our nerve pain supplement, we found out that like 80% of our customers who buy our product have some sort of diabetes. And so anyone else who's selling products to diabetics are my indirect competitors. Okay, so diabetic testing strips or diabetic cookbooks, those are my indirect competitors. Okay, so for me, I need to know who are my direct and who are my indirect competitors. Okay, so I'm asking you guys for your business, do you know who your direct competitors or your indirect competitors are for your existing business or for the business that you want to be in? Okay, if not, that's the first step here, guys. You got to know who they are. Okay, now after you know who they are, then the first step here is you got to model your competitors' layout. Okay, so when we went into the nerve pain market, I didn't know anything about that market. I didn't have an email list. I didn't know anyone in there. So I went there, I started searching to find out who had something similar, and we found these guys right here. Okay, I went to their website and I did some research, and I'm going to show you guys here in a minute how we do this. But I found out that they're making anywhere between, they were making about $100,000 to $150,000 a month with this website. I thought, wow, these guys are pioneers. They went out there, they got a bunch of arrows in their back. They probably tested a ton of things. I can go and just try to copy them, or excuse me, I can go and try to be creative and try to invent my own thing, or I can say, look, here's the pioneer. They've done the hard work for me. I should just model what they're doing. So that's what we did. We launched the very first version of our page. We modeled what they did. Okay. Now notice I said the word modeled and not copied. Okay. I have huge issues with people who just copy people. I model them. So they, for example, look, these are the two pages. Okay. They had a logo in the top left-hand corner, so I had my logo. They had a phone number in the right-hand corner. I had a phone number. They had a long-form sales letter. I had a long-form sales letter. They had a picture of their supplement. I had a picture of my supplement. Okay. So I modeled my competitor's layout. Okay. I still use my own sales letter and my things like that, but I copied the look and the feel and the price points as close as I could because they had already proven that this market responds to this type of a page. Okay. And so for me, that's key. I don't want to be creative. I want to just model what works. So I modeled this, we launched it, and within a very short period of time, we went from making no money with the supplement to making about $20,000 a month. I thought, wow, this is really exciting. Like like out of thin air, we created this thing, and because we modeled someone, it became successful almost overnight. But then I wanted more. I thought, what else are these guys doing? How can I grow this? And so we started trying some things, and eventually I said, you know what? If I want to know what these guys are doing, I need to do what all good entrepreneurs have to become good at doing. I've got to be willing to pull my credit card out of my wallet and buy their product and see what's happening after behind the scenes, right? So I went to their website, pulled my credit card out of my wallet, I typed in my digits, and I bought their product. Now, unfortunately for me and for them, these guys aren't very sophisticated marketers, and they didn't really have any upsells or downsells. It kind of was the bottle, and that was it. So I was kind of stuck. I didn't really get too much information from them. So I started looking out there again. I started looking at some of my indirect competitors. And eventually I found into a website from some guys. I did some research. I called them up, and I found out that they were making about $3 million a month. A month, is that crazy? $3 million a month selling a supplement, and it was a different supplement than mine, but it was selling to the same target market. And so I went through it. I wanted to see what their sales funnel looked like. So I went to their website, and this is what their page looked like. It was very basic, had a video. There's add to cart button. When I clicked on that, it took me to an order form where it sold 1, 3, and 4 bottles. I looked at their price points. I kind of figured out exactly what they were doing to be successful. And then, again, I did what every good entrepreneur has to become good at doing. I pulled my wallet out of my pocket, pulled the credit card out, and I bought this product. Now, what happened next really was amazing to me. The first upsell, after I bought 4 bottles of their product, the first upsell was 6 more bottles of the exact same thing I just purchased. Is that crazy? I remember looking at it thinking, these guys are morons. Like, do you not realize I just bought 4 bottles of your supplement? There's no way on earth I'm going to buy 6 more bottles. You guys are crazy. And for a minute, I had this thought like, I'm not even going to look at these guys' funnel anymore. They have no idea what they're doing. But then I stepped back and said, you know what? We know something. We know that they're making $3 million a month, a lot more than me. They've probably tested some stuff. They probably have some arrows in their back, right? What if I just trust them and just say, look, they probably know what they're doing, so I'm just gonna trust them. So we just trusted them, and I looked at and saw the rest of their upsell and their downsell. And this right here, you guys, is their sales funnel. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages. These 5 pages, you guys, making them $3 million a month. Okay, so I looked at that and I said, this is the funnel we're going to model. And I went back to the drawing board on mine and we started modeling it. Okay, so I saw they had a video sales letter, so I made a video sales letter. Clicked on my add to cart button, boom, we had the same thing, same price same 1, 3, and 4 bottles, same price point, same everything. Then my upsell, I had the same thing they did, 6 more bottles of my product. Then we had our other upsells, and I modeled their funnel. I modeled the look and the feel and the price points. Okay, now I didn't copy anything. I had my videos, my headlines, and my product, but I modeled the look and the feel and the layout and the price points because they had proven that this market responds to this type of a layout. So we modeled it, we launched it, and you guys went from making $20,000 a month to almost $20,000 a day. Is that crazy? And the coolest thing for me, you guys, is that my total investment to learn all of that, to learn all of their funnel hacks, was only about $100. All I had to do was be willing to buy their products, to see behind the scenes what they were doing and how they were doing it, and get a good idea, and then we modeled it. Okay. Now, the third step in this process, this is where you have a chance to be creative. Okay. All of us entrepreneurs, we love being creative, but I don't like being creative until I'm making money. Okay. I don't want to be a starving artist. I want to be a rich artist who then has a chance to try to be creative. So after I have this page and after it's making me a bunch of money, then I try to be creative and figure out, how can I beat this? How can I make it better? How can I beat the control? And so for us, for the next 6 months, we tried to beat this page. And eventually, after about 6 months, we found this version of the page that's now our current control. And this is the one that's winning today. Okay. But notice I didn't start trying to be creative and trying to figure out new ways to do things until I already had, until we'd already proven that it was going to work. Okay. And so that's kind of step number 3 in the process. All right, so I want to show you guys a really quick video. This is from one of my friends. His name is Jamel, and he works at a company called FitLife TV, and they're about to launch a new supplement. And he called me up and said, hey, we'd love for you to come out and kind of just help us with this process. And so I want to share with you a really quick video. It's about a minute long of him sharing his experience, because they went through the same thing. I showed them this stuff, they did, and I had them model it for their supplement. I want you to hear their results, because it was amazing, and they did that because they modeled a proven funnel. So let me show you guys really quick this video. And I know that we're streaming this through GoToWebinar, so it might be a little bit choppy, but just ignore that and focus on the words, because that's the key. So really quick backstory. I had a chance to go out and spend a little while with these guys in their company, and they were about to launch a new supplement. And they're like, hey, look at our funnel. What should we do? And I was like, just copy mine. It works really, really good. So I'd love for you to kind of talk about what happened when you guys did your funnel, and then some of the results that have happened since then.
Yeah, I'd like to re-emphasize his point about just cloning and copying and modeling what works. So we are a digital product company. We have information products, coaching products, and we were doing about $1 million a year. And I manage all the sales funnels and sales optimization. And we were going to come out with a physical product line. And we're like, you know, who's done this before? Who's been really successful? We reached out to Russell. He helped us model exactly NerdSell. Actually, it's funny because I'm looking at what you modeled, and I had the exact same reaction. The first upsell that we have in place is more of the same thing that they just bought. And we were like, well, that doesn't make any sense. So we sold them a bottle of our new product called Organifi. Our first one-time offer was 3 more bottles after they already bought that. And the take rate was like 20 or 30%. Then we thought, you know, Russell actually mentioned, you know, we should implement subscription on everything. So we had 3 options. We modeled exactly Russell's first sales page. 1 bottle, 3 bottles, 4 bottles, modeled his pricing, $47, $129, $149, exactly the same. Sorry for stealing everything, but you know, it works.
I love it. It's still away.
Yeah. And then once we implemented all the pieces, in actually like a week, which is crazy, we matched his results. We're doing, am I allowed to say the numbers? Or? Yeah.
I hope so. I want to hear them.
Yeah.
Who wants to hear his numbers?
Yeah.
I want to hear his numbers. Let's hear them.
So the first day that we opened up the gates, we did 12,000 in sales. The second day we did 34,000. The third day we did 36,000. And that was just, you know, opening the gates. And every single day after that, we've done around 15 to 20,000 because of the way that the funnels are structured. So it's really exciting. And we owe a lot to Russell. I mean, he came out, he helped us with our funnels. He broke down everything we were doing wrong, everything we were doing right, and showed exactly what they did. And we just copied it, and it works. So
that's awesome. Give him a round of applause.
So thank you, Russell. Yeah.
All right, so you guys getting this? Do you see how this process works? Now, I already see some people saying this in the question box, saying, this is cool, Russell, but I don't have a supplement. Now, the cool thing about this, guys, is that this does work for supplement funnels, as you have just seen. But it also works for coaching funnels. It works for info product funnels. It works for e-commerce funnels. It works for real businesses. I have friends all the time who tease me and say, well, Russell, I've got a real business. How does this work for me? Okay, it works for real offline businesses as well. You guys, it works for all types of businesses. For example, how many of you guys who are listening right now, how many of you guys are either a coach or a consultant, or you would like to be one of those? If so, let me know over here in the discussion box. I want to know. All right, we got some coaches. Tom's a coach, Tamara's a coach, Mitch, Eric, Phil. Okay, we got a lot of coaches on here. Awesome. So if you're a coach or a life coach or a business coach or a dating coach or whatever it is, or you want to be, or you're a consultant, you might want to take a look at my coaching funnel. This coaching funnel right here, I spent 18 months building it, testing it, tweaking it 1,000,000 times over. And right now, this coaching funnel averages us on the low end about $70,000 per week. Okay, per week, you guys. If you do that times 4, it's $280,000 a month, consistently like clockwork. So if you're a coach or a consultant or you want to be, you might want to model this funnel. Okay, and we've got tons of our Funnel Hacker members who are now selling coaching consulting. They modeled this funnel and they're killing it. In fact, we had one guy last week who launched one of these and he got 3 people to sign up for his $15,000 coaching program almost instantly, and he just funnel hacked my funnel. Like, it's really pretty cool. Okay, how many of you guys who are on here right now either sell an info product or you want to sell an info product? I'm curious how many info product people we got. All right, we got a lot of info product people. Very cool. So this is one of the funnels for my info products. Now this info product funnel makes us on average between $3,000 and $4,000 per day in and day out like clockwork. So if you're selling an info product, you might want to model this sales funnel. Okay. All right. How about e-commerce? How many of you guys are selling e-commerce stuff? All right. I had somebody tell me the other day, like, Russell, this is cool for info products and coaching and supplements, but not for e-commerce. I said, you know what? This drives me crazy. So I found a really cool e-commerce physical product I liked. I bought the company, we set up a sales funnel, launched it, and became an overnight success by making an e-commerce funnel. If you're selling e-commerce products, you might want to model this funnel. Okay, this is one of my friends who's a chiropractor. He's got a real business. He always says, Russell, I've got a real business. How would this work for me? So I said, well, how are you generating leads right now? And he showed me his process offline. And so we built out a sales funnel online to kind of model his process that was already proven to work. We then went to Facebook, started buying ads. And this little sales funnel he built gets him about 10 new clients a week just from this little online sales funnel he built. Okay, so if you got a real business and you want clients, people coming in your door, you might want to model this sales funnel. Okay. You guys, this works for all types of funnels. Someone asked if it works for network marketing. Yes. Okay. I'm number one in multiple network marketing companies. People don't even know I'm involved with them because we built out sales funnels that work. Okay, you guys, it literally works for any type of business. So the next question is, Russell, that's cool, but where do I find a good funnel to funnel hack? And then after I find one, how do I know how much money that they're actually making? Okay, good questions, right? Right. So there's a lot of ways. First off is if you're in a market, you should be subscribed to everyone's email list and Facebook groups and everything to find out like what people are selling, and you should go and look for people's funnels that way. That's the number one way. The second way though, I use a website called clickbank.com. How many of you guys have heard of ClickBank before? All right, we got a lot of, I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard of it. So ClickBank is huge, right? And the coolest thing about ClickBank is they have over 100,000 successful sales funnels in their marketplace. Okay. And they have sales funnels in pretty much any niche you can dream of. For example, one of my friends, he sells a product in the chicken coop niche. He teaches people how to build custom chicken coops in a weekend. And I literally thought this was a joke when he told me about it. He showed me the website. I'm like, so this is like a joke? He said, no, this is a real thing. And he showed it to me. And this sales funnel right here makes him about $15,000 a month. Okay, so even if you're selling something weird like chicken coops, you'll probably find a successful sales funnel you can model on ClickBank. So I go to clickbank.com, and the little top there's a button that says Marketplace. You click on that, and then it takes you over to their marketplace. And their marketplace is cool because it has different categories. So like, for example, this here I clicked on health and fitness, and then it ranks all of the products in their marketplace based on which one's selling the most right now. So the number one offer right now in health and fitness is this website called the Venus Factor. Okay, now so that's why I know which funnels are hot, which ones are working. Okay, you go to ClickBank, find your category, and see what's in there, see what's selling, and that's how you'll find one that you know is working really well. Second question is, how do you know how much money these people are making? Now, the real answer is I don't know 100%, okay? Unless I was to go and get their tax returns, I wouldn't know how much they're actually making. But I kind of can guess, okay? I had a friend last year who he had the number one product in the health and fitness category in ClickBank, and when he was in the number one spot, he was making between $40,000 and $50,000 per day. Okay, is that crazy? That makes my little sales funnel seem like I got training wheels on, right? So 40, 50 grand a day. I actually went to lunch last week with the CEO of ClickBank, and I asked him, I said, how much money are Venus Factor making? I said, my guess is like 40 to 50 grand a day. And all he said is that a lot more than that. Okay, so I don't know what these guys are making, but at least 40 to 50 grand a day and probably a lot more than that. Okay, and so that's why I know how much money they're making, is I kind of just guesstimate based on it. They're the top, they're making a lot, and as you go down the list, obviously it's less each time. Okay, so the first step, I gotta find the funnel I'm gonna funnel hack. So for this example, I'm gonna take Venus Factor and I'm gonna funnel hack them. So step one, I find the funnel. Step two now is I gotta do what every good entrepreneur has to become good at doing: opening up your wallet and pulling your credit card out. So I pull out my credit card and I bought their product. I found out the front end product was $47, then they had an upsell for $37, second upsell for $79, and third upsell for $19.95. Okay, those 4 pages, you guys, are making these guys about 50 grand a day. Okay, was that worth my $47 to buy their product to see this? I can find out everything. I can find out what their offers, what the front end product is, what it looks like, what are they giving people for the $37 or the $79. I can see exactly how they structure things. I literally get $1 million worth of funnel hacks, you guys, by investing in someone's product. Okay, I see the copy, I see the structure, the layout, the price points, like everything. And as soon as I buy their product and I have that, then what I do is I go to my whiteboard and I sketch out what their funnel looks like. Okay, I said their very first product's a $47 product, boom. And then I said their upsell's $37, the next upsell's $79, $19.95. And after I sketch that out, boom, you guys, this is my blueprint. This is the blueprint I have now to go and launch my new company. Does that make sense so far? Because that's secret number one, you guys. Now we just stole over $1 million worth of funnel hacks from our competitors for under $100. Okay, now let's transition to secret number two. Okay, so now that I know, I've got this blueprint, I know exactly what I need to create. The next question is, well, how do you clone their proven funnel, Russell? How do you get this funnel created? Okay. Now, for me, it used to be really hard. What we used to do is I take this sketch I just created, say, here's my funnel. This is what I need to create. Then I would go and I would call a meeting with my designers, my webmasters, my programmers, my analytics people. I'd show them the whole thing. Then they go to work. My designers would design stuff, and my webmasters would go do things, and they'd all go and do their stuff. And it would take 6 to 8 weeks for us to create that sales funnel, to model it. Okay, but that's what we would do because that's the only way you could do it. Okay, and again, that was the hard way, you guys. But what we can do today is amazingly better. It's the new way, it's the better way, it's the faster way, and we do it by using a tool that we call ClickFunnels. Now, how many of you guys who are on this call have used ClickFunnels before or are familiar with what ClickFunnels is? Let me know either yes or no. Either way, it's cool. All right, we got some yeses, we got some nos. Cool. All right, some of you guys are on the free trial. Awesome. So ClickFunnels, this is something that about 18 months ago, we have a meeting with all the my partners in my company. And we're sitting down and we're saying, look, every time we build a sales funnel, it takes 2 months. Okay, how do we make this faster? And then we say, to build a sales funnel, you got to glue together like 20 different products just to make one sales funnel work. And it drove us crazy. And 18 months ago, we had an idea. We said, what if we were to build a platform that allow you to build everything in your entire sales funnel in one spot? We didn't have to have 10 or 20 or 30 different tools all glued together. You could do it in one spot. And what if we made it in a way that was simple and easy? And that's what ClickFunnels is. Okay. And so I'm going to show you guys, I'm actually going to build this funnel with you guys live here inside of ClickFunnels. You'll see how easy it is. Where someone like me who's got no technical abilities whatsoever can build an entire funnel that used to take us 6 to 8 weeks. I can do the whole thing now in about an hour. Okay. But I'm going to do it in about 10 minutes for you guys today. So first step is I got to whiteboard out what my funnel is going to look like. Okay. Now I told you guys earlier that at the end of this webinar, for those of you guys who stay till the end, I'm going to give you guys a pre-done webinar or sales funnel, right? So I created a product called Funnelology. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, at the end of the webinar, I'm going to send you guys a link where you can take this Funnelology product and this sales funnel will become yours. But when I created it initially, I had to go and follow the same process. I didn't know what a funnel should look like. So when I found somebody else who was successful selling with a sales funnel, I looked at what their process looked like, and it looked like this. They had a landing page right here, and it had like this case study box right here, and then there was a download button right here, and then there was kind of some copy over here. And you click on the download button, a pop-up would come up here. It asks the name and the email address. After that, then it would take you over to a long form sales letter where it sold a $7 product. And then from there was an upsell for 37 bucks. You guys guess how I knew there was a $37 upsell? Yes, I invested a whopping $7 to learn this. And after that, then it took me to a members area that had all of the content. Okay, so that was the funnel I found that was one of my friends had that was making a lot of money. So I said, look, when I build my Funnelology product, I'm going to model this. So I did. So what I'm going to do right now inside of ClickFunnels, I'm going to work through with these guys, and we're going to build out this page, and then this page, and this page, and we're just going to, in the members area, we're going to build the whole thing out. And I'm going to do this, like I said, in about 10 minutes. How many of you guys want to see that? Okay, it's super fun. You are going to love it. Okay, now when I show this, because again we're streaming through GoToWebinar, sometimes it's a little choppy. So I apologize for that, but just try to watch as close as you can and listen and pay attention to what we're talking about, how it works, and you're going to see exactly how we build an entire sales funnel in less than 10 minutes. Okay, so here I am inside of ClickFunnels, and as you can tell, I am so excited to show this to you guys. So the coolest thing about ClickFunnels is that you're not limited by just a certain template or a page, but literally you can do just about anything. So When you first log in, you'll notice that there's different types of funnels we've kind of pre-created for you. The first are opt-in funnels you can use to build a huge email list and generate leads for whatever business you're in. Second are sales funnels where you can sell your products. You can have one-click upsells and downsells and more. Next are our webinar funnels. So if you want to do a webinar funnel kind of like the one you're on right now, we also have our automated webinar funnels. You can create full-blown membership sites, as I'll show you here in a minute. You can create product launch funnels. So if you've got a new product you want to launch, you can use one of these. Or if you have an idea for a funnel or you saw somebody else that has one and you want to create something from scratch and build out any kind of crazy funnel you can dream of, you can do that right here inside of custom funnels. Now, for this demo, I'm going to show you guys how to create an actual sales funnel. So we're going to build out the Funnelology funnel right now. So the first step I'm going to do is click on Create Funnel. And I can name the funnel, so I'll call it Funnelology Demo. Now after I click the Create Funnel button, in the background it's going to go and create all the pages that we have inside of a sales funnel. Okay, so you notice here we've got our squeeze page, our sales page, our order forms, order confirmation page, and our thank you page. Now the funnel we kind of mapped out earlier had a couple different pages that aren't in here yet, and there was no order confirmation page. So I'm actually going to go right here and I click on this X, and that'll kill the order confirmation page. And here we kind of get to design the funnel and add the different pieces that we know we need. The other thing I know we need is we need an upsell page. Okay, and there's not an upsell page right now, so all I do is I click on this and I create upsell page, type that, and that'll go and create my upsell page. And the other thing that we needed from the diagram is we needed a membership site. So I'm going to click on Add New Page and write Membership Site. Click on that. And now we got our membership site as well. Okay. Now, after you've created all the steps, so we've got our squeeze page, sales page, order form, thank you page, upsell pages. The next step is I need to go and choose what I want my squeeze page to look like. Okay, so I clicked right here, and as I scroll through here, you'll see a whole bunch of different templates, and there's tons of different templates you can pick from. So here's a bunch from here. We're always adding new ones all the time. So there's some of the templates. You can click and see a two-step template or a video opt-in template. So you kind of go through it and see which one you like. Okay. Now for this example, I'm gonna come back here to opt-in templates, and I'm probably gonna pick. Let's see. I will pick. There's so many cool ones. Yeah, I'm gonna pick this one right here. So I'm gonna click on that as my template, and it'll go through and it'll add that page template here for my squeeze page. All right, so now the squeeze page is done. You kind of see a thumbnail of what it's going to look like right here. And what's cool is this dashboard is going to show you how many visitors you get, what your conversion rate, how many leads you've generated. You'll be able to see traffic stats here coming in as we start driving traffic. You can set up split tests on any page you want. You can even set up email marketing, have different emails go out after somebody subscribes to your squeeze page. It's a lot of cool things we don't have time to share with you right now. But what I want to do now is I want to show you how we edit a page. So you click on Open in the Editor, and it's going to log you now into the ClickFunnels editor. Now, I'm sure in the past you've probably had a chance to edit pages in different website editors online, but I want to show you that ClickFunnels is different than any other website editor out there. Okay. Now it starts really similar. Where I can come right here and I can change my headline. Okay, I can go to my subheadlines. I can bold things. I can go and I can make them bigger if I want. So you can do a lot of things that a lot of other website editors can do. But now I want to show you what other website editors can't do that's only available inside of ClickFunnels. Okay, so let's say, for example, I like this page right here, but I want to add something underneath here. I want to add a countdown clock. All I do is I go right here and add a block. Then I click right here and have a whole bunch of elements I can add. I can add a headline. I can add an image. I can do text blocks. I can do buttons. I can do videos. I can do all sorts of stuff. Okay, so for this example, I'm going to make a countdown clock. So I'll add this little countdown clock here. And I click right here and I can edit it. So I'm going to make it a little bit, I'm going to put circles. I'm going to make it white so we can see it a little bit better. And I'll make the sub a little bit white. And I'm going to make it a little bigger because I like these countdown clocks big. And boom, that fast, I just added a countdown clock. Now, the other cool thing is, let's say I made the countdown clock and I'm like, it's cool, but I don't like it right here. I want to move it. Instead of having to go hire a website designer to move it, I can just click on it. I can drag and drop it anywhere I want. Now the countdown clock's on top. Let's say I want underneath. I just grab and drag, and boom, now the countdown clock is underneath that. Is that awesome, you guys? Now I can do anything that I want like that. There's so many elements. Let's say I want a button here. I can click on the little plus button, go through all the different elements and look for things. I have pricing tables, FAQ blocks, Facebook comments, custom HTML, anything I want. So for here, I'm going to add a button, and boom, that fast, I have a button pop up in there. I can click on this. I can add the text to say, join my list now. If I want, I can add little icons here. So I click on the little icon here. Let's say I want an arrow. Let's say I want a plus. And that fast I can make this look just awesome. So I'm going to have that right here. And now I've got a button there. And if I want, I can make it even bigger. I got a large button there. Okay, and that quick and that easy, guys. You can edit your page. You can add in anything you want. And again, let's say you don't like something, you can just drag and drop, move things around. Let's say you want the countdown clock on this side now. And literally, you guys can customize this page to your heart content and make it do and look any way you want, which is exciting. Okay, so there it is. I just created the squeeze page. So page number 1 is done. Now, obviously, for the funnel, the Funnelology funnel, I'm going to kind of go back afterwards and kind of add in the headlines and make it perfect for you. But I want to show you just how easy that was. Isn't that cool, you guys? How easy was that for me to go and edit that page? Okay, I didn't have to have a tech person or anything. I myself, Russell, who's got no tech skills whatsoever, was able to go and edit that page and make it look awesome. Okay, so I'm going to go to the sales page. And same thing, I come through here and I can pick which template I like. And again, there's tons of video sales letter templates. There's sales letter templates. You just pick which one you like. So I'm going to pick this one for this example. I let it go and actually create that page and it'll add it to my funnel. All right, so now you can see kind of a preview of that page again. And again, I can set split tests. I can watch my conversion rate, see my traffic stats. But right now, I'm going to come here and edit it. And this is the same way that I would edit the squeeze page, but this time, obviously, it's my sales letter. Okay, and so I come back through and I can look at everything. If I want, I can add a video. Let's say I want to add a video in right here. Boom, there's a video now that I can sell the product. I can make it big or I can make it smaller. Now I've got a video. And let's say, again, I've got a long form sales letter here. I can keep adding more sections and more blocks if I want. I can turn this into an order button. So I can change the add to cart. I can make it larger if I want. I can come down here to icons and I can go and add in a little shopping cart. And I've got a cool add to cart button. If I want to change the color, I can just click on the color right here. Let's say I want it more like an orange color. I can do that. And now, boom, I've got an orange add to cart button. And that quick, I can go and change that. Now, I'd now connect that to my order form, and boom, my entire sales letter is now finished. Again, if I had a video, I'd plug the video right here. I can use YouTube, Vimeo, any of the popular video services, plug in the link, and boom, that fast, my sales video is done. Is that cool? All right, so you see me build a squeeze page and sales page out that fast. Now I'm going to show you guys a couple other cool things that I think are important for you guys as well. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail, but I want you to understand because this is how the process works, right? Squeeze page is done, sales page is done. Now I come in here and do the order form. Now the order form typically is really hard to do in any other service. And so, for example, let's say you're using Infusionsoft or Ontraport or some third-party shopping cart. Have you ever noticed that their order forms are super ugly and you can't edit them, you can't do anything with them, you're kind of stuck with the order form that they give you. And we didn't like that. And so if you're using Infusionsoft or you're using Ontraport or using any of those third-party services, we already integrate with them. You just add your API information, which is super easy to do. And after you've done that, instantly we pull in all your information and then you can use ClickFunnels to design amazing looking order forms. Is that awesome? Okay, now again, this is what the order form kind of looks like at a default, but really quickly I can add anything I want here, okay? So let's say I want a video to go and kind of explain my product a little more. I can make my little video block right here, and boom, there's the video on my order form. Or let's say I can just drag and drop that and move it down here if I want, and there that fast, now my video is right here. Okay, I can change the headline, I can add my logo in here, I can move things around. Let's say I want the credit card block on top, I can just drag and drop it. And oops, I dragged the video accidentally. Let me move that back. So I move the video there. I can move the credit card block around if I want. And that fast, I can make my order pages look exactly how I want. Now, I don't know about you, but if you've ever tried to do this manually on your own, typically when you try to move things around on an order form, it usually breaks everything. Okay, I used to have tech guys, and I'd ask them to update my order form and move things, and they would do that, and literally by going through that process, they half time was break the order form, and nobody could buy. Where now ClickFunnels makes it so they can't screw it up, they can't break it, and really quick, in just a few clicks of a mouse, I've got an amazing order form that's ready to take orders. Now, if you're not using Infusionsoft or Ontraport or some third-party shopping cart, that's okay, because ClickFunnels also has a shopping cart built into it, and you can literally, within a click of a button, have a shopping cart up and running all the way inside of ClickFunnels. Okay, so there's my order form. It's now finished. Now, so far, you guys, I got my squeeze page, my sales letter, my order form done. Most people, that would take them a week or more to get done with a traditional designer and programmer. We did it in, what, 5 minutes so far? Okay, now I'm going to do the upsell page. So I'm going to make my upsell page, and I will now be able to choose my template. So this is one I really like, so I will click on that. Okay, so now you see the upsell page has been added here. I can go and edit it. But one thing you notice is it's kind of out of order, right? Squeeze page, sales page, order form, thank you page, and upsell page. I need the upsell page to happen after the order form, after they buy, right? So I can come right here, I can grab this, I can drag and drop it, and boom, that fast now. It's in the correct order. And automatically updated all the internal linking, all the stuff that tech guys and programmers always screw up. ClickFunnels does it right every single time. You just drag and drop and boom, it works. And now here's my sales funnel. I can come in here, same thing I showed you, I can edit my my upsell page. I'm not gonna do that right now because you've seen me edit some pages, but the cool thing about this is typically in the past, if you wanted to have a one-click upsell or one-click downsell, I remember I was using Infusionsoft before and I wanted to set up a one-click upsell. It cost me $2,500 to get a one-click upsell to work. Inside ClickFunnels, I click one button and it magically works. Okay, so it's really easy. I can create my thank you page and everything's kind of done, right? The last thing I want to show you is inside of the members area, or excuse me, inside the funnel we designed earlier, we had a membership site, right? And so I want to show you guys how cool and how easy it is to do a membership site here inside of ClickFunnels. So I choose membership area. We've got a bunch of templates in here again, so I'm going to pick this one right here. Now, when I'm creating a membership area, and this is true if it's just a download members area for someone that bought my product or if it's a monthly membership site, it's important to understand how to do it. And it's really, really easy to do here inside of ClickFunnels, okay? Now, the first thing I do whenever I create any kind of product is usually there's sections, right, inside your product or modules. And so the first thing I do is I'm going to set up each of my lesson sections, okay? So for this product that I'm giving to you guys, the first module is called Funnelology 101. I create that lesson. And then the second lesson will be called Funnelology 102. Okay, and so what happens if they buy the product, they'll get access to the first lesson. If they buy the upsell, it'll unlock both sections there for them. Okay, so if you're creating a product, let's say it's a weight loss product, you might have section number 1 is how to eat right, and section number 2 might be exercises, number 3 might be something else. And so first thing when I create any product, I'm creating my lesson sections, right? After the sections are done, then I come back here and actually add all of the lessons. Okay, so lesson number 1 could be welcome to Funnelology. Pick my page template. And what's cool is I can set up a drip delay. So I can say when somebody joins a membership site, lock down this content and don't unlock it until they've been a member for 7 days or for 30 days. Okay, but for this one, obviously it's first lesson, so I'll drip delay 0, so they'll get it immediately. Then I got my second lesson. This can be lesson 2. Isn't this awesome? Pick my page template. Maybe this one I'll set a drip delay so it opens up after they've been a member for 3 days. I can add another lesson section. I start going through here and I just go and add all of my lessons. And for me, it's just so much fun. I remember the other day it was literally like 2 o'clock in the morning and I had an idea for a membership site. So I sat up in bed, grabbed my laptop, and I went through and I created the lesson sections. And I started adding in all the different lessons. And then literally within about 45 minutes, my entire membership site was done and I was ready to start selling stuff. Okay, so there you go. I start adding lessons to each of my lesson sections. Now I have the lessons, right? And let's say I mess up, I put them out of order. What's cool is I can click right here on this little arrow and I can drag and drop and boom, that fast, they're in the correct order. Okay, so now I got the lesson sections, all my lessons. Now my last step in this process is I need to go into each of these lessons and add the actual content. So I just click right here on Open Editor. And it'll pop open, and what you're going to see, you guys, is literally just as easy as it was for me to edit websites and squeeze pages and order forms. It's just as easy to add your content here inside of ClickFunnels as well. I changed the modules. Welcome to Funnelology. I can change the videos, put my video training in here. I can add downloads and resources and things like that. I can add Facebook comments if I want them here in the members area. And that quick, I can build out my entire membership site. Okay, you guys see how awesome that is? All right, so let me ask you guys a question. How many of you guys right now think that ClickFunnels is awesome? Let me know over the question box. Yeah, you guys, I wish you guys could see all this stuff. You guys are literally going crazy. Holy cow. Yeah, like you guys literally, I can't even tell you how much this has saved me. We've gone from literally, it would take our team 6 to 8 weeks to build out one sales funnel. Well, now I can do it, and I can do it better in an afternoon. And that's why ClickFunnels is so amazing, and why I love it, and why I keep talking about it, and why, like, literally when I'm not doing a webinar like this, I'm building stuff in ClickFunnels because it's so much fun, and it's awesome. Now, people always ask me, Russell, like, ClickFunnels seems cool, but like, do I need it? Do I, how's that work? And I always tell people this. I say, look, there are two essential tools you have to have run an online business. There's lots of good products and services and a lot of good things, but there's two that you have to have. You cannot be successful online without these two things. The first one is an email autoresponder. Would you guys agree? If you don't have an email autoresponder, you can't be successful online. You should just quit. Just go home, because you're not going to make money online. You have to have one to be successful. And the second essential tool is ClickFunnels. These two tools you have to be successful online. And if you don't have them, it's literally impossible. Okay. And people always say, well, Russell, of course you say that. You know, ClickFunnels is your product. That's why you say that. But the reality is, even if I never sold a single copy of ClickFunnels, I have made so much money. I've more than doubled my income by using it. And I'm able to cut my costs, increase the speed to market on everything because of ClickFunnels. And so I'm just grateful to be part of the team that's had a chance to bring it to you. Okay. These right here, these are my two partners. And this is a picture of us when we were first planning this out 18 months ago. On the left-hand side here, this is Dylan Jones. And Dylan's the one that built the front-end website editor. He spent over 6 years building that out to be able to create the websites as simply and easy as they are. Right here, this is Todd Dickerson on the left hand. He spent 2 years building out the entire back end, the infrastructure, all that kind of stuff. And I just have a chance to be the guy that gets to share it with you guys. And I'm just so grateful to be part of the team that's brought you ClickFunnels, because that is what makes secret number 2 possible, where you can literally go after you funnel hack someone and be able to model their successful funnel in less than 10 minutes. Okay, you guys getting this? All right, so let's move on now to secret number 3, because it's going to keep on getting better, you guys. It's going to get better and better and better. All right, so secret number 3. So now you got a funnel, right? You got a funnel. You modeled someone else's that we know is working. But how in the world do we get people to actually show up at our funnel, right? So secret number 3 is I'm going to show you guys how to get the exact same customers who are currently going to your competitor sales funnels to start coming to your website instead. How many of you guys want to learn how to do that? All right, cool. This is definitely like the last step in the process. When you understand this, you guys, everything just makes sense. It becomes really easy. So this is the Venus Factor, right? This is the funnel that I've been funnel hacking with you guys today. And I just, if I've just created a funnel that's similar, if I could just figure out like where Venus Factor is getting all their traffic, this would be pretty easy, right? Because I could buy traffic at the exact same places they are. If only Venus Factor would just tell me and say, hey guys, here's where I'm buying all my traffic. It would make life pretty easy, don't you think? Well, the cool thing is that even if Venus Factor doesn't tell me where they're getting their traffic from, there's some free tools online that'll show me exactly where every visitor is coming from. You guys want to see that? All right, so what I do is there's a website I use. It's free. It's called similarweb.com. You're going to want to write that down. People always ask me at the end, what's that website again? So it's similarweb.com. When I go to similarweb.com, it looks kind of like this. And all I do is I type in the website URL of the funnel that I'm funnel hacking. So I typed in venusfactor.com, I clicked on search, and boom, check this out. It shows me tons of stuff about that website. It shows me how much traffic they're getting. It shows me how long people stay on their websites, all sorts of stuff. So from this graph right here, I can see that right now Venus Factor gets between 1 and 3 million visitors a month. Okay, people ask me, how do they make $50,000 a day? It's because they're getting 3 million people a month that come to their website, right? So that's the first thing I can see. Now, if I scroll down on the page a little further, check this out. It shows me who are the top referring websites. That means what websites are sending traffic to Venus Factor. Is that cool? So here's the top 10. If you look here on the left-hand side, the number 1 site that's sending the most traffic to Venus Factor is lifeguru.com. Number 2 is naturalnews.com. Number 3 is newsmax.com, and it kind of goes down from there. Now, how many of you guys know what lifeguru.com is? Yeah, I had no idea either. I'd never heard of it or seen it before, but I'm like, man, if they're sending that much traffic, I mean, who knows, maybe of the 3 million visitors a month they're getting, maybe 1 million a month are coming from lifeguru.com. I probably should go look at that site, don't you think? So I go to the website, and this is what it looks like. It's just a basic blog, right? It's getting a ton of traffic. I was looking at it, and the blog teaches you how to find love and eat healthy and look fit. And I'm looking around the blog, I'm like, how in the world are they sending 1 million visitors a month to Venus Factor? And I'm going around, and all of a sudden, boom, I see this little banner ad. It's got a picture of a banana. It says 5 foods never to eat. I click on it, and guess where it takes me? You're right, it took me to venusfactor.com. Okay. Now, I go back inside of SimilarWeb. If I scroll down the page a little bit further, there's a little button that says show the ads. And I click on that. It actually shows me all of the banner ads that Venus Factor has been running. Okay, it shows them to me for free. Now, they do have an upgraded option. You can pay a little bit more. And if you do the upgraded option, not only do they show you the banner ads, it also gives you detailed stats. It'll show me this and say, this banner ad right here, this one ran for 2 weeks and then we never saw it again. But this ad right here, this one's been running for 728 days and it's still running today. Is that crazy? So if I see an ad, I know it's been running for 728 days. What do you think I should do, right? We know it works, obviously. Okay, so right now I know two really, really important things. First, I know exactly where they're advertising. And second, I know exactly what they're saying to get people to click on the ads. Okay, so if I know those two things, what do you guys think we should do? Okay, if you've been paying attention during today, you know my answer is probably going to be this. You should model what works, right? We should model the message of the ads. We should model the design. We should model the sizes. So what we do is you got to go get your banner ads design. And the website I use is called $20banners.com. So I go there and I just basically, I show them the my competitors' banner ads. I say I need something similar. And notice again, I didn't say copy. Okay, I didn't copy their banner ad, but they have a pretty girl on there, so I have a pretty girl. They have a purple headline, I got a purple headline. Okay, I model the look and the feel and the layout because they have already proven that on sites like lifeguru.com, this is the style ad that gets people to click. So I'm going to model theirs as close as I can. And then after I have the banner ad design, guess what I do, you guys? It's pretty complicated. I go back to the exact same website that my competitor's buying ads on, and I buy ads on the exact same website. How many of you guys just had an aha moment right there? All right, we are having some ahas coming up right now. All right, and the coolest thing about this, you guys, I don't know about you, but I've always struggled to get traffic, right? When I first got online, everyone was doing Google pay-per-click, and I tried that, and it was super complicated, never figured it out. Then everyone's like, hey, you should do SEO. So I tried that. That was even more complex. Like I could never figure out SEO. So confusing. And then social media came about and Facebook was a little bit easier, but I still don't know how to run a Facebook ad. People ask me, how do you run Facebook ads? I don't know. I got guys that I hire that do it. They're way smarter than me. They run Facebook ads. I don't know how to do it. This strategy right here, you guys, everyone can do. This is what I do. I go to the exact websites that I know my competitors are having success on. I email the dude who owns the website. I'm like, hey man, I see you sell banner ads on your site. How much do they cost? He emails back, says, hey, Russell, it costs X amount of dollars. I email back and I PayPal him some money. I email him the banner ad and boom, that fast, the next day, my banner ad is in rotation with all the other ads. And a percentage of every one of those clicks is now coming to my funnel. Okay? This is simple, you guys. It's something that all of us can do. Now, if we've been following this process, right? And if you guys modeled what worked, you found a successful funnel and you modeled it. You didn't copy, but you modeled it. You got similar look and feel and layout and price points, and you made things very, very similar. You go to the exact same websites that they're getting all of their buyers from, and you buy ads on theirs with a very similar ad. Do you think you're going to be successful? Okay. Now, I know that these guys are making 50 grand a day, and I don't think you're going to make that much. But let's say you only do 10% of what they do, and you only make $5,000 a day. How many of you guys with $5,000 a day change your life right now? Yeah. Let's say that 10% is not even realistic. Let's say that you only get 10% of that 10% and you only make $500 a day. How many of you guys with $500 a day today dramatically increase your quality of life? Okay. Yeah, it's huge, right? Let's say you really screw up and you only get 1% of, or 10% of the 10% of the 10%, and you only make $50 a day. How many of you guys with an extra $50 a day be worth your time? Okay. You guys getting this? Like, I'm not successful because I'm smart. It's because I follow what works. Okay. People say, Russell, how did you get a supplement company go from 0 to like 20 grand a day almost overnight? This is how I did it. Okay. I found a funnel that was working. We modeled it, went to the exact same websites that they're buying traffic on. And we bought traffic on the same sites. That's it. There's the magic to it. Okay. All right, so to kind of recap what we've talked about, we've been on for a little over an hour, you guys. We covered 3 core secrets. And the first secret, again, is I showed you guys how to ethically steal over $1 million worth of funnel hacks from your competitors for under $100. Okay, then I showed you guys how to then take that proven funnel, the blueprint you've created, and clone it inside of ClickFunnels in less than 10 minutes. And secret number 3, I showed you how to get the exact same customers who are currently going to your competitor sales funnels to start coming to yours instead.